Got it. HFR from the Matrix. Matt, good Tuesday to you.
Fat Tuesday? What?
Fat Tuesday. It's always Fat Tuesday.
Always Fat Tuesday for me.
He's still slimming though. Still slim. Really, I got, I'm very, very, grateful that you've taken such an active role in your own health.
In my
behind
role.
me, I have a plagiarized and photoshopped HFR on blood clots. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Matt, I want to share.
Can we also talk about erectile dysfunction and all the other things that are coming from? They're saying now from the
let me share, Matt, because I just want to first of all start with this. This segment is called "Shut the Fuck Up" on Society. This little whippersnapper. This footage of a 3-year-old chimney sweep from the 1930s, Matt. Dad gets up, rolls him out of bed, and says, "Come on, little Johnny. Let's go."
You breathe
a smile. Is that an infectious little coal face?
Well, because it feels good to work.
Look at him.
I think 90% of the problems of this woke generation is they don't work, so they're fucking depressed. Got nothing to do.
Look at my little guy. Look at him. Just, back in the 30s, there's still a lot of people burning coal in their basement.
What do you mean?
That's how you heated your house.
They still are in China.
For sure they are. Look at him. It's an infectious little smile. Dirty teeth. Awesome. Anyway, apparently it was tougher to live in the 30s than it is now.
Back then, you also didn't have to buy charcoal to brush your teeth to keep them white. You just went down the chimney.
Just after the day, you just anyway, Matt, today we're gonna rapid fire fast into some price discovery because you shared the article about Justin Trudeau, going full climate on nitrogen. It seems to me the world they're building is going to be freezing cold in your house, and you're going to be hungry. Is that the design, or is that the flaw? I don't know. But let's look at some coal companies because I had a conversation with somebody yesterday about let's just say that everything they're saying about climate is true. There's still a big problem. You need energy, right? And the world right now is 100 million barrels a day in crude oil because every single thing that you touch has got crude in it. And you need to power all your electric cars somehow. And so there's a lot of coal that we use to generate electricity. And I was seeing that the latest heat wave in London, they had to pay, I think, nearly $10,000 a kilowatt hour. Basically, the electricity market goes for a free-for-all if they don't have enough to deliver, and it just goes to the highest bidder. And Belgium cranked up some old power plants to deliver electricity across the channel. Anyway, let's look at a few coal companies. That's how we do it, price discovery from narratives and news. I'm not sure which is which.
Well, let's start with BHP Group Limited. And matter of fact, you had a nice buy opportunity that just happened here at 47. It's already up 10% right back into value after a sharp sell-off from 70 all the way down here to the value zone, and now has bounced again. So if you're paying attention to these names, you probably already had the trade. I did not. I was not paying attention to these trades.
But wait a second. I mean, I think that's a really good chart there. In particular, the fundamentals of coal are not going away. I mean, it's just, we're not going to transition in the next decade. 2030, the 2030 agenda is they've already lost it. Let's just call it what it is.
Right.
Because you have to find a way to generate the amount of electricity that's generated via.
But here's the thing that's interesting. Here's the thing about BHP. You want a fucking fat dividend? This thing pays 13.5%, Bob.
Of course it does, because people pay for coal to generate electricity because everybody needs it. I mean, stop with your
anyway, so this looks like a solid buy. Any dips or from here on, and then any dips looks solid to me on the BHP. TEK was another one that you asked me to bring up.
CK.
Yeah,
Lee, you're reading our minds. Unbelievable, Lee.
And this one again is gone from 46 all the way back here to 26 and paying a smaller dividend, but just getting to the top of value. This one might be a little bit more stretched, might have a little bit more room to go. I don't know. Again, fundamentally, I can't help you.
I mean, yeah, I like it there as long as it can hold its head above that value
basically
range.
If 25 holds, you get long here. As long as 20, if it goes on a close, you got to reverse and wait for lower prices, and then look fractal out again, and let's take a look at it a little differently. Yeah, it's really not too bad. Again, even if it were to pull into the 23 range. So yeah, this looks good to me, Bob. This one looks, this is probably time to buy this also as we come into crunching season. And this is not going to, again, and I'm going to, after I go through one more name here, Vale, I'm going to go through another, and this one pays a 20% dividend, by the way.
I mean, that's almost crypto-esque.
It's crazy.
It's unbelievable.
But again, market cap here, 63 billion, large company sitting right in balance again on the longer term. This is a 610 chart. This is probably a good area. I mean, you're looking at multiple years here. I mean, I don't see this trading down right now. The COVID low, I don't know, Bob, not with the fundamental situation where we are. I don't see that happening.
Exactly. You got to heat your house somehow.
Yeah. And along with that, so since we're talking about heating, what happened with natural gas this morning, Bob?
I was on the road, Matt. I did not see.
Well, we were talking about it yesterday.
We were talking about it yesterday. It made another leg up. Yeah.
Yeah, but it tagged the old high. So we went and tagged that 950 level and actually made a new high, and then it sold off. So they got that done, and then they sold it off hard. So, but this is still, I think this is setting up for, this thing could double, Bob. I'm not even kidding. This thing can go to 18. And if you don't think so, if you don't think natural gas has been, we've been here before. It was 16 back in, 06 during the dark days of the Bush administration when all this stuff was fun then too. And again, war brings on this stuff, right? You get what you get what you pay for here. And this is what we're paying for is war. And this is a story that's not going to go away. And I think we probably have to go test that high. I mean, if oil is going to go to 160 to 240, like you and I continue to say, there's no reason natural gas won't go to 16 to 25. So suck on those teats for a little bit. Suck on those little teats. And on top of that, Lufthansa said today that they, for the remainder of the summer, have raised all their prices from London to Frankfurt, which is a commuter route, short, right? It's a short route. It's probably less than a 2-hour flight.
Is it closer than Chicago to Detroit?
I don't know. I mean, what's the drive from the UK, the Channel to Germany? It can't be more than 10 hours. Let's just say it's probably a 2-hour flight at max, right? It's like probably flying from Bend to LA. It's an hour and a half flight. And I would guess, with what's happening, they've raised their prices to £1,100 minimum. You're going to pay $1,100 to do that freaking commuter route for the rest of the summer. God, dude. You know why? They don't want freaking people to fly. That's it.
484 miles, Lee, crackpot.
Again, 6-hour drive.
Production booth.
6-hour drive. Super short.
Yeah, Chicago to Detroit. No, that's more like a 4-hour.
Chicago to Detroit's like 180. So that's nothing.
All right, man, let me share. This is from Inside Market Vitals, the network. I just wanted to point out the photoshopping quality that HRR, Matt, HRR from Brighteon.com. Definitely plagiarized their screenshot or photo for the article. Post-vaccine blood clots aren't blood clots. There's something very strange going on. Matt, you've been saying it from day one that if lawsuits start to pile in because they misled on their trials, which it seems like that's the direction a lot of this is going.
Yeah. Even Trump's Dr. Bricks has come out and said we've overstated everything in So you got the, the doctor from Trump's speed warp team along with Fauci both saying that the vaccines don't work. So don't you think that's going to be brought up into discovery at some point? Absolutely.
Well, for sure it is. But we haven't looked at Moderna in several weeks. Let's just look at it quick.
Okay.
Bring it up.
Well, I got to type it in. Give me a minute. Moderna 164 after peaking out here at 180 that we talked about a couple weeks ago, and we said that was probably a good area to sell, and boom, right back down, another 10% down. So it's the same old. I mean, it's just it's trying to trap them for the the winter that's coming in the fall, but nobody's going to take this shit anymore. Even the people that took 4 jabs are done. Why would they take any more of it? This stuff is creeping into the mainstream. Now, I'm not saying it can't go to 200, 230, but I mean, still the one that it's more interesting to me, still I maintain is still this SIGA. We mentioned it since it was $5. It's now trading at 17. Bob, this thing is making a new high today again, so I'm going to bring it up.
And this is the polio one or the?
No, this is smallpox. This is smallpox vaccine manufacturer, and we've been talking about this since it was down here in the 5s. We said you should buy it because this thing's going to go through the roof, and sure enough, there's always a bull market somewhere. You have to be a stock picker in this market, and that's what we try to provide here, opportunities, and we gave this right to you. Along with that, by the way, speaking of mushrooms, they continue.
Speaking of this weekend. Yeah,
well, no, but I'd like to do this because we're not just bears. We've talked about these names repeatedly, and they are going up, up, up. I mean, this name is also a 2.5 bagger already in less than 3 months. So I don't know what else we can do for you here, but we're providing opportunities for people to make money, long and or short. And this thing has gone from 679 lows now, Bob, all the way up here to 15. And I, just saying. That's very bullish looking to me. I don't know about you. And you fractal out a little bit and you see the short-term chart. It's a beautiful trending chart. Beautiful trending chart. So,
all right, Matt. Let me share something else here that I shared because we're going to have an argument right now. The beautiful upper Deschutes River between Crane Prairie and Wickiup Reservoirs. Look at that little flip cast. I am the worst fly fisherman on the planet.
No, I am. No.
And the London book, Lee actually threw his hat in the ring too yesterday and said, I'm in this race.
I'm in the same boat as you. All I do is get myself into trees and I don't know how to do I don't know anything. I'm horrible.
The nice thing about this little stretch is there's no trees, but that grass, like you will never find the fly in the grass if it comes off. Forget about it.
Exactly.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
And the amazing thing here.
That's why I like just to go up to Hosmer and getting in my float tube and just, fly casting and catching, Atlantic salmon that have been dropped in there that are dumb as a rock. That's what I like to do. Because the brook trout, the 2-foot brook trout below me that I can see below my flippers, they're not interested in anything I'm offering.
I'm at right up here on the bend. Along that bank, there's several spots where water just flows out of the hillside into the river, right? And the temperature difference between where I am and I've just got neoprene socks and booties and shorts, no full waders. Right. The temperature where I'm at is probably 65 degrees. Nice, gorgeous, because it was near 100 degrees out. It's just beautiful. The water coming out of the side of that hill is like 42 degrees. It will rearrange your face in about 4 seconds. Lee says he challenges both of yous.
Well, I mean, he is from New Jersey, so I mean,
you got it. Use guys.
They're good at catching, garbage in the rivers, I guess.
Anyway, did I stop sharing? I don't even know where I'm at. I think I did. Escape pod necessary. All right, Matt. You know what?
So, in the sports world, we got McGregor and Mayweather talking about the redo. Any thoughts on that?
It's going to be another, it's a boxing match, right?
Yeah.
So
And they're trying to determine.
He will get killed if he does anything other than box him.
Yeah, for sure. But they want like McGregor wants 10 rounds, and I don't think the other guy wants that much. So
that's smart. The more ridiculous one I thought I saw was somebody saying that LeBron could beat Mike Tyson in a boxing match.
Yeah, whatever. I want to see that, by the way. I would love to see that. I think that might give Mike some joy de vivre because he's been depressed lately.
Right? Just break 7 ribs in 3 punches.
I mean, he would just destroy LeBron and his big reach and his pussy attitude.
Right on. All right. Matt, the other thing that I wanted to just mention back on the tack of honesty in narratives, I just rewatched Chernobyl. I'm not sure what network did that one. Fantastic. If you haven't seen the docu-series Chernobyl, it is fantastic. Great acting, and quite an amazing feat that it wasn't more of a giant global disaster. Really, really awesome show.
Yeah.
But the one line in it that has stuck with me ever since I saw it, when the nuclear scientist finally comes clean with what happened, he said that, basically we lied and covered up the problems. We're living on lies here. And he said every lie owes a debt to the truth. And sooner or later, that debt comes due and it gets paid. And you cannot look me square in the face and tell me there hasn't been a whole bunch of lying going on and covering up and reframing narratives, spinning the fuck out of stories. And
making up definitions of a recession.
Right, exactly. This shit's going to come. It's coming back.
Crashing.
And you cannot crush, if Trudeau goes through with the nitrogen thing, where is Canada?
I think soon we're going to have a rush from the northern border too.
Where is Canada if you're not going to be farming and or harvesting the earth's natural resources?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, I'm not sure how much you can sell hockey as your GDP driver. I don't know. That's just me though. And I haven't shaven in a couple of days because I'm going to the whole forest, Matt, tomorrow morning, going to the whole forest. And when they said, "Hey, Dad, you want to go to the whole forest?" I was like, "Yeah." And then they showed me the spelling and I was like, okay, let's go to the whole forest.
So there's not both.
I thought it was Westworld we were going to, but apparently it's a rainforest and in Washington, definitely Washington. Anyway, so tomorrow's show, unlikely. Thursday, a possibility, but a lot of bookmakers are going to say take the week off because I'm not sure we're going to get any reception. Maybe on the coast, because we are going to hit the Great Pacific Ocean at some point on this sojourn. So good luck with the Fed, with Jupiter in retrograde, and with GDP, even if it's a redefined GDP, because lying is easier than the truth, apparently.
Well, we got Google, Microsoft today. We have Apple, Amazon Thursday. Market's been selling off. Walmart warned this quarter, next quarter into 23. Shopify laid off 10% of its employees, so even online sales aren't going.
And Matt, the other thing that you shared was I'm not sure who generated the map of all the properties for sale in LA County.
It was just from Zillow. I mean, it was just a Zillow. I mean, look at that.
I mean,
they're all running for the exits at the same time, as they do. They all were chasing on the way up. Now they're going to start chasing on the way down. And you're seeing it here locally. I don't know about you, but the rental market has exploded. There's tons of rentals now, and they're all asking, redunking. So here's the way it works. They ask ridiculous ask prices for the sale. Nobody comes in, lower, still nobody comes in. Then they move it to rental because, we can just rent it for $8,000 a month. Who's paying that? This is over, people. Yeah. So then they got the other thing too. So then they put that same house, on the market for rent for $8,000 a month, and nobody's walking in if it's more than $2,000. So you're just wasting time. You're just buying time, and then inventory just keeps piling up, piling up, piling up. It's just a matter of time.
You know, the other thing I noticed too, Matt, is it's amazing how much in a overheated environment. So the builders built, how many units are coming online. I mean, you go south on 97.
Oh, there's tons.
There's got to be a few thousand apartments coming online there. You go out on Empire again. There's got, I mean, supposedly we only have 100,000 people in the town, and it looks to me like 10,000 units are going to come online here.
At least. Yeah, and a lot of those cookie cutter, southeastern homes that they're asking 800 to $1 million aren't worth 200. Those are all going to become rentals, and so those neighborhoods aren't worth the few that they sold at the 800 or to $1 million, right? So you got that whole thing going on. It's just it's tragic to watch, because you're just like, oh my God, are you people like that blind that you can't see this happening right as we're watching?
All right, Matt. The other thing I got here, and Lee, maybe you can weigh in on this. I went through. I'm downsizing on my personal possessions again. I do it every once in a while, and I came back over this. We got the 1990 Pro Set football. I got 3 of them. Bubble gum. 3 of them.
Give me that gum is just as stale today as it was the day when it was.
And then I got the Tops 89.
Ooh, those are
right,
nice.
Unopened, and the Fleer 91.
Wow.
And the Dunross, I don't know what year is this?
That was late 80s too.
Stan Musial puzzle in this one.
Wow.
Lee, what do you think? Open them next week. We can open
only if I get the gum.
Only if you get the gum.
Or you can sell them for $65 on eBay. It looks like right now.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll turn it into an NFT, and you can chew on this.
I mean, according to this, anywhere from 45 to 65, you can get for brand new. This is for 10 packs. So, excuse me, you can get $4.50 for those. All
right, so I should open one.
Because 1989, you might have a good, I don't know, maybe was that Ken Griffey?
Hold on.
Let's do it live.
We're doing it live. This is what we do. All right, it opened so nicely, I could actually close it and say it was unopened. All right, first reveal. Rene Gonzalez. Never heard of him. Brad Lynn.
Brad Lynn? Is that Fred Lynn?
Brad Lynn Kaminsk. Doyle Lafayette Alexander, Matt.
Yeah, Doyle. Was he a Tiger then?
How about this?
Wait, was he a Tiger then?
Yes.
Those were some of his best years, by the way.
All right, Matt. How does this? So this is Doyle Lafayette Alexander, right?
How many? I bet you he had 200 wins by then. He's a good pitcher. He was a good pitcher. How many wins?
The next card.
Hold on. How many wins? How many wins did Doyle Alexander have? 1989.
Crazy. Games played, ERA. I got to move it further. Wins 174.
It's close. 200.
All right, back to my thread. Doyle Lafayette. You're talking again. Doyle Lafayette Alexander, right? Upside down. But then the very next card is Jeffrey Doyle Sellers. How could that be that Doyle is in 2 guys' names back to back? That's impossible. How many Doyles do you know? I know
is the next card Frank Doyle? He was another MLB player in the 80s.
William Lee Glickeson. Bill Lee.
What is with the upside down?
I don't know. Timothy Wayne Belcher.
Tim Belcher. Yeah, he was a good player.
Good player.
He still might be playing.
Melito Perez. Frederick Wayne Honeycutt.
Oh, yeah. Rick Honeycutt. Also.
Douglas Reed Jones. Pascal Perez. Rick Pascal. Curtis Vernon Wilkerson. Vincent. Montreal. Man, there's a lot of cards in here. A lot of terrible cards. Look at this. Palacois. John Kirk Davis.
Oh my God.
Steve Roy Howe.
Steve Howe. At University Eastern Michigan grad.
Eastern Michigan. Yep. George Earl Davis Jr. And last but not least, the Stan Musial. I don't even know how to do it. The Stan Musial card. Anyway, that's what we got. It's slow. It's slow. We're looking for
Tesla has sold off since Elon slept with Sergey's wife, 840 down to 770. So that's a 10%.
Yeah. Did you see that he posted a picture of them partying together?
But the stock sold off 10%. The stock has sold off 10% since he started philandering some more. So even though he hasn't had sex in years, he said. So
he's been double jabbed, but it doesn't matter.
He's definitely a robot.
Right on. All right.
Bitcoin back to 20,000. Again, 24 back to 20.
All right. Lee is saying that those cards are better to be taped to a bike wheel.
And he's right.
And he is right. Iron it closed. No, after I saw all the names in that batch, tape them to your bike wheel. Fantastic.
No.
All right. Jupiter in retrograde, definitely on the 28th, Matt, 2 days away and ticking. Also, I will try as hard as I can. I swear to you, to call in and we can.
Yeah, we
can do it. You will have nothing better to do than to accept my call and stream it live to the Market Vitals Nation.
You want to see how long it takes stocks to bottom? I think today's Shopify is a good explanation of that, right? It got crushed for another 15% today, and it had rallied back to the area where it gets denied every time for the last, going back to May. So this bottoms take a long time to form. And again, this thing, you got to recall, Bob, that it was a 10-to-1 split. So this thing was like $1,500 or $1,700 at one point. And now it's down to 31. So what's that? $140 from 70, 170, 80. That's, 80, 90% sell off. Not bad. And by the way, did we get to the COVID low? Oh, yes, we did. We got there.
Rinse, repeat on every name.
And it will go lower. It will overshoot it, right? This is the point. We haven't even gotten to the COVID lows in most of these names. And this one probably will go to $10 at the end of the day. I mean, because if Walmart is slowing down yesterday and online purchasing is slowing down, don't you think their product will slow down? I do.
Absolutely.
And that will take a long time for this bottom to form. It won't be a moment. It will take a long time because people have memories. And this memory of 177 is painful for the people that were buying it. And
all right, Matt.
PayPal, same thing. It's like, these things, like people think, oh, I love their product. I love this. I love that about it. Like this is the stories I hear people telling themselves now. Well, guess what? It's off $4 today after it had its little rally, its little fun, and gave you an opportunity. So if you bought it 90 and it got back here to 85, you probably should have taken it off because it's going back to test 67 and probably going lower. It's just, you can't stop the momentum. The momentum is heavy to the downside. And again, COVID lows have been hit by PayPal already, and it's already below. So keep this in mind.
And again, a giant. I mean, that
and
giant.
When it gets below, and when it gets below that 65 again, it's going to go whoosh. It's going to be violent. As sales and frivolous things. How about the NFT market? I saw yesterday it's 95% off its peak already. That was like one of the quickest.
Wait
that was one of the quickest. That was one of the quickest pet rock bubbles I've ever seen.
Who is buying the 5% left of the zero that it's worth?
I have no idea.
Matt, visit Manja. You don't have to visit Manja TV at Amazon because you got a pound of rub.
Yeah.
Pound of rub. No fucky touchy. It still sounds better as a Asian English version. NFT.
So let's talk financial puts in the sporting world, because Shaq's son picked up a contract for 6 figures, they said. And
bring it up, Matt. And
I don't have it.
Okay,
open.
did he play major college basketball?
I don't think so. I think he had like some heart issues, actually. I think he has some health stuff that really delayed him to do that. So I think he's just, anymore, you don't need to go play in college anyways, especially when you got that pedigree of that large man. So,
well, I actually agree with that,
Yeah.
Although if he's 26, he still has college eligibility.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they do your laundry and everything.
Lee just said UCLA, then a few games at LSU where his dad went. So there you go.
Obviously was not a dominant force in the college basketball arena. All right, Matt. Wet a line, for God's sakes.
810 million on the mega lottery today. If you don't buy a ticket, you can't win. So I can't win. So there you go. That's not the way you trade options either, by the way. So
options were made to be sold, Matt.
They were made to be
sold. Until you're out all your money. I think for sure, Matt, more people have blown out from giant option positions than giant futures positions.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Don't. That's the don'ts nightmare.
By the way,
Matt, this just in, Russia will opt out of the International Space Station after 2024 to build its own little outpost. That's interesting.
Same with China. They just threw up their second rocket for their space station this morning too. So again, the race is on. Let's talk. This is some information compiled. This is on Marty Armstrong's site, but it was from Trading Economics that he got it. These are the countries suffering the most inflation. Let me see if you can get the theme here. Lebanon, Zimbabwe, Venezuela, Sudan, Syria, Turkey. Well, Argentina is the only one. Sri Lanka and Iran. Is there war going on in all those places? Bob? Yes, is the answer. So next, in the G20s, right? You still have Turkey, Argentina, Russia. Then, if Brazil. If this continues, these types of numbers continue here, guess what? War comes from here to all these places too. Do you see the trend?
I do.
Okay.
I do. And
I'm a realist.
And stopping nitrogen for your farmer is not going to do much for increasing yields. And therefore the supply and demand issue gets worse, way worse. Anyway, I don't, that's all I got for today. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Matt. Please visit us at marketvitals.io. Please share, retweet, plagiarize anything and everything on the broadcast. Everything is guaranteed probably at Market Vitals, everything. And therefore trade accordingly. We hope we've spurred some trading ideas. Remember, you need to mind your risk. Most importantly. That's it, Matt.
MicroStrategy is down 24, another 10% today. Coinbase down another 15% today. Don't talk to me about crypto anymore either, please.
Thank you, Matt.
Sell every rally.